portion of scriptures, because the world we live in now, we're in perilous times. And we must not let anything stop us from serving the living God. So that's why we're going to use for a separate pressing on for no logical reason. A lot of things we might not understand, but that should not stop us from trusting God. That should not stop us from believing what God has already said. As the Holy Ghost has said, He's already done it. All we have to do is just keep pressing on, and God will make us overcomers. Many that come to church on Sunday after Sunday, come to the house of God, is living below where Jesus wants them to be. Because when he came to this wicked world, He came to fulfill what His Father sent Him to do. And that He did do. But we must make sure that we have the faith in what Jesus already done. What did He do? Well, He died on the overwhelming cross and defeated that worst enemy, which was Satan. In other words, when He said it was finished, that meant it was finished. So that's why we must keep pressing on, my brothers and sisters. And whatever that the devil taken from us, we have the power to take it back. All we need is faith. Because we have been justified, we've been sanctified. But in this portion of scripture, you see that Jesus had performed many miracles. In other words, He just got through healing a blind man. He did a lot of other things. But the important thing, this woman, she did not have a name. But she must have heard something about the Lord. She must have remembered that if she did not see it, she was told that He had turned water into wine. He also must have told him that on the next, He walked on that water one day. And this woman had heard all the good things about Jesus. How He made the lame walk, and the dumb to talk, and the blind to see. So here she was. Now she made a statement that we also never forget. For she said within herself, if I may but touch the garment, I shall be made whole. Now you got to remember, this woman had a disease. In fact, she was not even able to even walk among holy people. She was not able to touch anyone. She was not able to do it. She couldn't even go into the temple of God and praise God to pray. She was an outcast. But she heard what the Lord has done. And somewhere in her thoughts, she said, if He's that kind of a man, He sure the man need to help me. But all who possess a strong and miracle healing faith must be willing to consider illogical or irrational going on. Faith is the grace to believe is not rational, it is not reasonable or sensible. But when physical healing takes place, it is a mystery which defies the laws and causes effect. No one understands how God can heal. But God did not tell us to understand it. He told us to believe it. So in this text we see this miraculous event happen in the life of a desperate ill woman. This woman desperately pressed on when the reason said that there was no hope for her because she had spent all of her money. In fact, I guess when she stopped visiting, the doctor says, no, you might have just died. Put my words in now. But healing began in her mind. Because she heard what the Lord has done for others. She said, well, if He's that powerful, He will also do it for me. So as a person thinketh, so is he, according to the Word of God. Well, let me pause. We stop thinking on your sickness and give God the praise for your healing. Your healing might not have taken place yet, but it's right around the corner. Because whatever God promised you and I, it has to come to pass. He can't hold it back. That's why you need to approach that throne with power and thank God when it's already done. This scripture text is familiar to most Christians because it's at the many references. We see it in song, we see it in poem, and we see it in sermon. We see Jesus being sensitive to a frail, sick woman who refused to quit pressing to touch Him. In other words, we often remember this Naaman woman when we can't see evidence in ourselves, the way we are going to get our own deliverance. And that's why we see what she did for this woman here that was an outcast, lest she touched his garment. Right. So the healing emerged again as a large crowd followed Jesus. In other words, wherever Jesus went, the crowd around him, they were pressed against him. So one of the persons in the crowd, though, was a woman who had been suffering what from hemorrhage for 12 long years. Yes. She had been the patient of many doctors, yes, and finally spent all that she had. Yet she was no better off this world first. Right. But somewhere she heard there was a man called Jesus. And not only that, he was a healing man. He had done something nobody else had done. So what she said, if I could just get to this man, everything will be all right. What are you saying? We try everything ourselves sometimes. Or we try medicine, we try psychic workers, we try psychology. But first we need to go to the Lord. And then let the Lord work it out for us. But she had heard about Jesus. Yeah, this woman, she pressed her way among the great multitude, and she was able to touch the hem of the garment. Remember now, she was not even supposed to be near anyone with that sickness. And she not even supposed to touch anyone. She had to warn the world what she was in. Her illness was past a disappointment to her, but she pressed on toward Jesus. For she said within herself, if I may but touch the garment, I shall be made whole. She had what I call powerful faith. In other words, first let's look at this garment. This garment that Jesus was wearing. So Jesus came, he kept the law, right? He didn't come to do real law, he came to fulfill the law. So he was wearing this garment that Moses had explained to his people, and this was part of the will of God. Think not, that Matthew 5:17, think not that I am come, what? To destroy the law of the prophet. I am come, what? To what? I have not come to destroy it, but to fulfill it. So everything that Jesus did while he was here on earth, he did it according to the law. Now this garment that he had, if you notice, if you read the book of the law, this garment would have tassels on it around the end of it. And each one of these tassels would have the law. The 10 Commandments on those tassels. They wore that to make sure that they will be remembering what the Lord has told them to do. So here, this woman now, in other words, she knew that if she just touched his garment, she knew she couldn't touch him. She touched his garment. And he said, to do all my commandments, those hymns in that garment was, to do all my commandments, and to hold it unto your God, who brought you out of Egypt, to be your God, and the Lord your God, to heal thee. So this hymn was to remind them just who he was. So Jesus also had this garment. It was a constant statement that tribute to God, who could loose those who were bound in affliction and distress. Today, all we need to do is remind us what he's already done. Because the chorus again singing, he's not going to do it anymore. Everything he came to do, he's already done it. So I don't care what you're going through right now. Jesus has been there. Somebody might wake up this morning and know how they're going to pay the rent tomorrow. Put your trust in the living God. You may have pains and aches, but God's going to give you the power to still have a smile on your face while you're going through pain. So somebody help me now. This woman in our text had a disease which made her ritually unclean and an outcast in Jewish society. Just think now, she couldn't even go into the house of God. She had to pass by the temple, couldn't go in there for prayer because she was not worthy to be healed. Somebody help me now. In other words, however, she had possessed the faith that said that you could be healed regardless of the conventional wisdom. The conventional wisdom said that all that the doctors had visited, you spit on the button at the end of it. But she heard of this man. I don't know about you, but I'm so glad I heard him a long time ago. And what he said he would do, he sure would do it. So all we need is one touch from the Master's hand, and everything's going to be all right. Some of you might have been down, didn't know how you're going to make it. But he touched you in your sleep. You woke up the next morning, you was on high. Somebody would say hallelujah right now. Although it was unlawful for the woman to touch the holy man, the Lord did not say that he could not touch his garment. So she said, if I did touch not him, but the garment, I will be made whole. The garment in touching Jesus, therefore I'm making contact with my healer. And she knew that she couldn't touch him, but she knew that garment he was wearing. And by wearing that garment, she going to make contact with him. Are you following me now? In other words, she was making a formal appeal of petition for his touch. She followed no proceedings, but pressed on in no logical reason. Today we must do the same. The world do not understand what we're going through. The world, when we come talking about the Lord and healing me, the world will think we some kind of nut. They don't understand that that is healing power. They don't still understand. All the doctor do is operate solely up, but they have no healing power. Even whatever it takes the power of God to heal you. So sometimes I wonder why it's so hard for us to remember what he said. When he went to that cross, remember he was sliced, beat, blood running everywhere. But he did it for you and I. Because he said, with my stripes, we are healed. So when she touched Jesus, straightway a fountain of blood was dried up, and she felt in her body that she was the head had completed that plan. It's all it took, the one touch from the Master's hand. The woman healed the pregnant took praise before Jesus could identify who had been healed. Knowing that virtue had gone out of him, he said, who had touched me? Well, the disciples said, the men around you have touched you. She said, yeah, but this woman had a different touch. She had faith. When she touched him, she drew everything out of him. The woman's faith was so powerful that it could draw forth Jesus' healing power. Her faith was so strong that it became a powerful suction, pulling her healing from his divine character down to the hem of his garment. The woman was healed and got more than she came for because she became a child of God. Yeah, a touch did not heal her and made her a child. She was born again. Only takes one touch to you and I to be born again. I don't know about being someone in here today, you can come to church all your life. Unless you've been touched by the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Unless your heart has been changed, you still walking around unclean. But the Lord has cleaning power. This miracle is not a story about the divine clothes or flowing robes, but it's about the faith of a desperate and determined woman who defied reason and logic. She was depressed physically, financially, spiritually, and her health was gone, her money was gone, and she was forbidden to even enter into the temple of affliction. Now all she could do was stand on the outside and cry for help. We can see ourselves in this woman's predicament. She is a picture of imperfect life and the human covenant. No matter how healthy we may be, we are all physically desperate and moving towards eternal death. You must have the assurance of 2 Corinthians 5:1. That if our earthly house of tabernacle were dissolved, we have a building of God, a house not made by hand, eternal in heaven. But God told us a long time ago, I'm so glad he said, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him should not perish, have everlasting life. Then he also said, let not your heart be troubled. If you believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. Say, when I saw, I would have told you. So I'm going to the prayer place. I'm so glad he went. He got a place for you and I. I know about you. Heaven will never overflow. So I'm so glad I called the name. God's plan is still in effect. Yeah, our time is winding up on the earth. We can redeem what is left by doing the work of righteousness. Work while the day is coming. Yeah, for night coming, where no man can work. Well, what are they talking about? Sometimes we want to make sure when the trumpet sounds, you hear a cry. You can't wait as it prays. Don't wait to try to get ready when the time is here. Like the woman with the issue of blood, we are financially desperate. Our money can't buy the thing that pertains to spiritual life and eternity. All for we are now in the disciples of Christ. Once we were also spiritually desperate, separated from God by sin and trespassing. We were lost on our way to eternal death until one faith drew out the saving virtue of Jesus. Every now and then, you must hear and believe what the Word will do. Just one touch of the Master can change your heart. I don't know about you, but I look back over my life. There have been a time the Lord could have called me home, but somehow He reached down and touched me and took the devil off my trail. This woman, she was an overcomer, an obstacle. Oh yeah, she believed in Christ. Since our condition can be likened to the woman of our text, then we must work, press out, press away to touch the Lord's Savior. She pressed on for no logical reason. According to the world, she was already dead. She might just wait to get a grave and fall in, but she had faith. Until her faith, she had overcome all discouragement, all hindrance. She did not care about the attitude of the disciple. In other words, she would know she had to be healed. So she pressed on for no logical reason. Yeah, when we press on, when our past says that we are doomed, press on for no logical reason. Remember, God moved in a scarce way. He wanted to perform in spite of all of our obstacles and hindrance. Press on. Jesus is the bridge over that troubled water. Right is the bone in Gilead. Jesus went to the cross for no logical reason. Romans 5 said he said, for seeking for the righteous man, the one to die. Oh yeah, but every perfection of a good man, some would even to die. But God said, but God said, but God commanded His Son toward us to hurry into it. Christ died for us. I'm so glad He died, but I know He lived. Just as it was in the days of the miracles, we have also those in the crowd around Jesus, but have no touched Him. You have many come to the house every Sunday, live in the crowd, but they have not touched Him. But once you touch Him, your life will have to change. They have refused to reach out and touch Him with a present love. All that. Say what somebody might say, hear my own cry. Why honors our calling, do not pass me by. Don't pass me by. I need you, Jesus. Even after you have touched Him and received Him, saving grace, keep pressing on towards the mark for the prize of the high calling of God in Christ Jesus. Some may call you fanatical or too deep, but press on for life's reason. Press on, Lord, that your ways are not God's ways, and your thoughts are not God's thoughts. Press on. I said, press on. Press on until you can touch His humanity. Press on until you reflect yourself. Press on. Press on until you always seek the best of eternal love. Press on. Press on. Would you rather be a blessing than to receive a blessing? Press on. I said, press on. Press on. Press on till you can give all. Press on until you press on. I said, press on. Press on. Press on till Christ has given you a new life. Press on until you become a new creature. Are you hearing me, church? Bring on, pressing on. Press on until you see the evidence that you are one, a new creation. Old things have passed away. All things become new. Press on. Touch the goodness of mind, Christ. Let this mind be in you, which is also in Christ Jesus. If you are here today and you are deathly sick in death of your sin, when you got faith, if you have a weight, press on to the altar. Come on and take it by the hand. I said, press on. Press on, my brother. Go on with the inner knowledge. Don't let the world change your mind. Don't let the devil who be winning keep on pressing on. Say, touch me, Lord Jesus, with the hand of mercy. Make even thousand heartbeat. Feel my prayer divine. Touch me with every hour. Doubt thee. Yeah, please me, dear Lord, my Savior divine. Touch me. I said, touch me. I don't look like you, but I'm so glad. One day he touched me. I was on my way to hell, not fit to live, but he reached down and touched me. Took me out of the book of the law, wrote my name in the land of the Lord. He touched me, and I know it touched me. I was sinking deep in sin. First one not peaceful soul. There was deepness staying within. Sharing the rise no more. Put the master in the sea. Put on this grand cry. He touched me. He touched me. He picked me up and wrote my name in the land of the life. I don't know if I do. For him I live. For him I die. I'm always going to testify. For him I live. For him I die. Press on. Press on. Press on. Touch me, Lord Jesus. Give me the power. Press on. The rose of sun. Press on. Water when I'm thirsty. Press on. Is it all right, sir? Keep on pressing on. Press on.
Thank you, Lord.
Press on.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you.
Press on. I'm so glad. Yes, he died.
Thank you, Lord.
Yes, he died. Put him down. Put him in the grave. Stay there. All day Friday. All Friday night. All day
Thank you, Lord.
but he pressed on. He pressed on. Early Sunday morning. Did he get up? Did he get up?
Thank you, Lord.
Did he get up? Shout hallelujah.
Thank you.
Say yeah.
Thank you.
Say yeah.
Thank you.
Press on.
Thank you,
Press
Jesus.
on. No
Thank
longer.
you.
Is he all right?
Thank you, Lord.
Is he all right?
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Thank you.
Hallelujah.
Thank you, Lord.
Press his
Thank
name.
you.
Press his
Thank
name.
you, Lord.
Press his name.
Thank you.
Is he all right?
Thank you, Lord. Hallelujah. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. Amen.
Press on. For no logical reason. Don't let the devil stop you from your blessing. Yeah, you might be ill today. Tomorrow you will be well. Press on.
Amen. Thank you.
You don't have no logical reason. But you know Christ came and died for you and I. All we have to do is have faith and believe. There is a hell and there is a heaven. No one wants to go to a burning hell when the world will be burned up.
Thank you,
And
Lord.
if you think you can escape it on yourself, for no logical reason, you can press on
Thank you.
and believe, have faith, and instead of damnation hell, you have
Amen.
hallelujah.
Thank you.
May we stand to our feet, please. He said, come unto me all ye that have laden, and I'll give you rest. He said, take my yoke upon you and run unto me, for I meek and lowly of heart, you will find rest for your soul. If thou on the earth, just give me a hand and give your heart to God. And all you have to do, once you give your heart to God, is keep pressing on. For no logical reason, you keep pressing on. There's a one there, I'll take your hand. If you're not sure if you're dying right now, and you're not sure where you're going, now's the time to press on. Reach out and touch him, who will give you glory in heaven. There's that one here, keep on singing. All you have to do is come give me a hand. Give your heart to God. I'll have to keep reminding that there's a hell and there's a heaven. But if you go to hell, you're going on your own plan, not God's plan. It's God's plan for every child of God to be saved. Prostitute, drug user, wife beater, whatever you might be. If you give yourself to God, God will make a new creature out of you. There's someone here. There's the church is over. We're not trying to get membership here. We sing the church of rejoice. But the important thing, we do not know where you're going. You need to come forth and give your hand to God. And God will show you from this moment forward, you have a home in heaven. Is that one here? This is my song. Praising my press on for no logical reason. And God is going to bless you. Now, we will, Deacon Jackson will all the men, as you get wearing pants, we're going to meet you with the old Karloff because get ready for Men's Day. So if you hear it, go support him so we know what we have to do. Other meetings that have been taken, make sure we do it. But the important thing is pray for those that have lost loved ones, pray for those that travel. We have lots of traveling too this weekend. Pray that God will return them back. We have other things that the children are doing this time of the year, but God is still in the blessing business. So make sure we attend the meetings, and we're looking forward to seeing you next Sunday. May we stand to our feet, please. The Holy Supper is kept indeed, and so we